Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to a quick update on Bitcoin with Bitcoin Gorilla. Today, we are going to be talking about Bitcoin on multiple time frames. So, it's going to be a multi-time frame analysis on Bitcoin. Now, this is going to be an update based on my prediction about Bitcoin going to see a bounce to around 62k to 64k range. But before I made this prediction, remember I also talked about the 30k support of which we are yet to touch, but we are hovering around that range. So I decided that if time is on my side, if I do find time, why don't I just jump on it and give you a daily update of what is currently playing out on Bitcoin. So I'm doing right now is trying to get the obvious support and resistance on the weekly chart. Now, mind you, I'm going to be drawing the chart using simple price action, no indicators. So if you're a price action trader, this is quite simple. So what you're seeing now that I just brought in is the Bitcoin Gorilla box strategy that will enable me understand the chart better. If you don't know, I built this strategy myself, I developed it myself, and I'm still improving on it daily. And you can come learn how the if you want to know more about the box strategy and about Bitcoin Gorilla, that is me, you can visit the link under this video to visit my website, Makaveli Traders, and learn more about the families, a community, right, that trade with me. So this is the box strategy. So what I've done is try to get the most important areas of my chart. So that is a very important area. That's the supply area, and this is the obvious demand area, right? So we see price is currently within a very important area. So I'm going to try to give you a brief overview of what this box is and how it functions, right? So we have two boxes here, of which we have the bigger box, right? Of which this is the support area, which is also my demand zone, very important. And this is the supply area, which happens to be the what? The resistance area of my box. Now I have another box inside the bigger box, which is this particular box, of which here is my demand area, which is support, right? And here is my supply area, which is resistance. Now if you're used to price action, I'm sure you're used to the lines. That is why I first of all got the lines, the horizontal lines of the horizontal support and resistance. So now I'm going to go further to bring in, go deeper into price action by drawing the patterns that the patterns currently present in the box. So I'm going to try to connect as many lines as possible. So first of all, I'm trying to try to get the bias line. This is the bias line, and each line I need a minimum of two touch. Remember, my videos, I draw it, you see it, and I explain it. So remember, it's no financial advice. What you do with it is up to you. But if you want to come join Makaveli Traders and learn how these things work, please, you can come and join me. Actually, now access is currently closed, but you can join the free Telegram channel to know when access is opening next. So, this is it. So, what you're seeing here, what I'm seeing, a pattern inside my box is currently an expanding channel, which is quite very interesting because we have one touch here, we have two, we have three, we have four, right? But they were very close. It will be very more notable on a daily chart. So if I go to daily chart, you're going to see how notable it is. It wasn't that notable on the weekly, but you can see the three touches is very notable on the daily, just like we had here. So now let's go back to that weekly chart because I'm not done with the drawing. There are other things I would like to show you, and one of those things is the intraday bias line that seems to have been broken, right? So this bias line is around here, and of which they had in the previous past quite respected, but obviously they seem to have lost respect for it this time around. You can see this is one and this is two, so two touches, and here they broke through it, so they couldn't respect it again and they slashed through it. Now guess what, they didn't just slash through it, they broke my line that was also here, which means, but the most important thing is I wouldn't have been worried because the 30k resist, you can see here, this is the 30k support, that's the bottom of my support area. So once price entered 38k, it has entered support area. What means is price is going to have something like this. You see what played out here? This is what is going to likely play out here. Now, during this time, is going to be a sideways. Now, let's go back and let me have a deeper look. You and me, let's have a deeper look of what played out on the weekly chart in the previous time they were in the same range that they were now, and it could likely help us find a good reason why they could be repeating the same thing again. So we see them when they first arrived, right? They moved up, right? And then they bounced, and then they move up again before the move continue. Yes, it quite happened the same area, but each time they returned, they have different points at which they go to. Actually, that is what I see happening here, right? So I see this price actually making that move. So depending on what happened, because currently it's still sitting on a support, which is very important. But you can also see that this got to this point, this got to this point. So here's the thing that is going to happen. Something is likely going to play out, and I'll be very honest with you. I'll be very, very honest with you in this analysis. And what I see playing out is they are going to likely enter into this place. Now, when I say they will see a bounce, the bounce I'm expecting is that price could get the reaction here. So let's say the bulls grow more demand. They like right now they have already printed a hammer, right, on the weekly chart. This is a good hammer, but this is an indecision. It still doesn't verify the fact that there's going to be a bull market unless this particular new weekly candle that is left 3 days to close actually, or 3 days 23 hours to close, we actually make a bull move to actually either completely close above this point or at least close above this particular candle. So there is no confirmation right now based on what the candles are saying. This is why I am very open-minded about treating this area as this area as an area. The reason being that yes, of course they have touched the support area. They got in, we're going to have this sideways movement. You can see it took place here, it took place here. I do not see here being an exception. And if there is a stop loss hunt, which I know market makers have fun of doing, which will complete the pattern of the expanding channel. I like staying very open-minded, and I'll be very open with you in this analysis. This is what I see coming. Yes, the 64k bounce is going to come, but you are going to have to be patient. One is the fact of this sideways movement that is going to occur for some time, which has occurred here, like I said, and there could be a stop loss hunt where market makers will decide to clear all those who bought here and here, because a lot of people, those who entered market late, are still maybe probably have not taken profit. They are still holding. This is going to affect mostly holders, because I know that once price mistakenly passes 30k, a lot of people are going to get scared and they're going to sell off their coins. And that is what market makers are hoping to do, right? So they could go sideways on this my demand area. Is a demand area because of that sideways. You are not supposed to get scared. And if that stop loss hunt happens, then if we go to daily chart, this is what I'm saying. I will see price returning here, right, to meet this here. So there will be a piercing of this to have price move to complete the leg of the channel, the bear's leg to the channel, giving it a third touch, right? So that means we could see 28k. I hope they don't just go there. I really hope they don't just go there. Honestly, I, I just want them to stop at worst 30k. But you know, this market is always right. And it's good to stay open-minded, right? It's good to stay very open-minded, and I'll be honest with you and I'll share with you what I'm saying. So let's go to daily chart and see how this is likely playing out on the daily chart. So this is what the chart looks like on the daily chart. So let's get this right. All right, so let's zoom out. So this is what the chart, remember we drew this chart on the weekly chart, but this is what the chart looks like on the daily chart. Let's bring that back. So on the daily chart now, we see that chances are high now of price dipping to this point, but it's not as if price is not going to go back to the 60k that I saw, 64k. Why is, even if price dip, It's just a matter of time. We are very close to support. It has entered, it's just 32K we stopped the last time. 33K, 32K range is still very close to support, which means if we could dip like this and then we could return back to the top where something like this is going to play out and we are going to dive. So I really don't see all-time high. I really don't see all-time high playing out. New one, I don't see it. But hey, let's be open-minded. Let's just say this 30K, 28K support is very strong because it is monthly and weekly support. Let's say price decided to continue to follow the channel, right? The channel this time around. Let's say price decided that, hey, I have completed the bear's leg, it is time to complete the bull's leg. Then unfortunately what I see coming is that the bulls are going to make a move to this point because they want to complete their channel that they've started. That's this bias line. But like I said, I do see something else playing out. I do see 2022 all the way to 2025 going to be a hard year for crypto, especially Bitcoin, and it's going to drag a lot of altcoin with it. But let me tell you what I'm seeing. This is a dreamer's, yeah, every dreamer wants this, but I don't see it playing out that easily. Here's what I see playing out. Let me be honest. I will show you what I see playing out. What I see playing out is this, is that we are going to return. Now, each time we start going back up, now the first, if they make it down, it's going to really give them a force to return back to this point. Then probably have a pullback, then probably go like this. But when they get to that 64K, 62K range, they'll start making a move like this, and then we could drive right back down. Then they'll make a move, then they'll fail, and then we dive right back to that 20K because at some point we could get to that point. But I'm telling you, before we could get to that point, I would have come to update you. Now, this pattern I see this thing playing inside this box is actually called the SHX. That's the inverse head and shoulder, right? Of which the inverse head and shoulder, if it plays out fine, this is going to be the neckline. This our channel is going to be the neckline because it's going to be like this. So this is going to be the neckline. And once they break the neckline, expect them to make an equal dive down. Not a good news, but I'm going to tell you what I'm seeing. I'm going to tell you what I'm saying. When I told people about 30K when Bitcoin was still at 68K, you can watch my videos. They never believed it. But I'm telling you what I'm saying. It's going to be an equal move down. And if you look at the measured move down, it is not good. So let's get that measured move again. So let's take all those drawings out. This is a multi-time frame analysis. This is not going to happen in one run. I see this playing out in 3 years. So even when, in fact, I see us that when we return to the 64K, it's going to take time. The 64K is going to play this sideways move of equilibrium for a long time. A lot of people is going to predict is going to keep going, moving up from that 62K. In fact, let me say from that 58K, right? From that 58K to 64K, a lot of people are going to start having, it's going to go up, it's going to go down. That confusion that we're having here is going to come. In fact, it's going to take longer time. And then we have that breakdown. That is what I see. Like, that is what I see coming. But like I said, I'll always stay open-minded. I will come and update you daily if I have the time, because as well as possible, I have to trade myself with Makaveli traders, and I have to train the new students live on Zoom. But if you really want to get market insights on the go, you might want to come and join Makaveli traders. Please, every comment in the comment section, please be very careful of scammers. The only link is the link under the description of this video that you can get access to Makaveli traders and know more about me. And then if you want to trade live with me, you can join the family and trade live. We have resources and a lot more. So just visit the link under this video and you get more. So what I'm saying is there's a gap here. So I am not going to be naive of that gap. That gap is going to complete this channel. But there is a big threat. The threat is these bulls have to even first of all conquer 78K and 52K. Why? Because it is my resistance area, it is my supply area. So even if, let's now consider the bears, the sellers, say the sellers get here and they turn right, by the time they get to 48k, they will start struggling. First they will experience 42k reaction, 42k, 44k reaction, then 48k is going to bring its own reaction, 52k is going to bring its own reaction. The reason is the past. It is just history repeat itself. You can see the past, you can see the struggle of the same range, you can see the struggle of the same range. So this that played on here is what I'm telling you that I see again playing here. So this same story is going to repeat itself. So if you are in crypto, you better brace yourself. You better brace yourself. I remember Bitcoin Gorilla. If you like this strategy, like I said, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. I will try my best to make sure I make this a daily episode, even if it's just 5 minutes. I get to do short video. Thank you for watching. Stay blessed. Happy trading. Let's know that the chances of a bounce is high, especially the fact that we are already in a demand area. So I won't be surprised if this week the bull continue the move, because they've already entered my um demand area. So they could continue the move. Chances are high. Just like here, you can see as long as they are within this range, chances are high. So I wish you best of luck. And like I said, I'll come and update you. Happy trading.